Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel for this episode 17 here on Silverrun with me, Farmer Murphy. Well, it is the next day from where I left you, which means it's September 1st, start of a new month, and I am just finishing up having a coffee here on the deck, admiring the view before we get our day started here. Now, yesterday I was able to complete the prep on our cotton field, so it is all ready to be planted in the spring. And I took all our equipment down, cleaned it, filled it, repaired it, or did maintenance on it, so it's all set to go for this month. And I also came up here and picked up the pile of rocks. And so we're all ready to put the garage in here when we feel we have the funds to do that. Now I had the skid steer up here with all its attachments because I brought it up on the gooseneck trailer. And do you think I would have seen this little mamby jacker when I had everything up here? No, sir. In true Murphy fashion, I found this when I came back up. Oh gosh, gotta love it. Look at our truck is showing a little wear on it, but we have used that sucker a lot. The paint job's getting a little thin. So, what are we up to this month? Well, if we take a look at the map, we have these two fields that we can prep and actually seed. And I was thinking of doing one in barley, one in canola for the cash crop. But I think I'm going to do them both in barley because I'd rather have more straw than not enough straw. And I do have a use coming up for the barley. I'm not 100% sure how much we'll get off those fields. So I'm going to barley both of those. Now, our money has gone up because our products have been selling automatically. There are a few are kicking around, but I'm just going to wait on those till we have a few more to make it worthwhile. Now, our boat is only waiting for 200 liters of fabric, and our sheep are at 800 liters. So as soon as that boat launches, I want to purchase this plot up here and start our logging, but I want a new piece of logging gear before we start that. So I'm kind of waiting on that. So it may be later today or tomorrow. Oh, and we need to fertilize our new grass field. So that's what we're up to. Now, I think what I'm going to do is we just showed prepping those fields down by the iron furnace. So I'm going to just do a quick little montage of some of the work going on in those other fields and get that taken care of. And then we'll jump time until we can get that new piece of logging gear. So I'm heading down to the shop and I will get cracking and get the day started. So we'll see you down there. Well, here we go. We are off to lime the fields. Now, I've always been in the habit of mulching, then liming, and then seeding, and then I'm seeding into the lime. I'm going to try and change that order. I'm going to lime first, then mulch, then seed. I don't know why it wouldn't work, but for some reason I fell in that habit. So we're going to see today if we can break that habit. So sit back, relax, enjoy a tune, and we'll get these fields looked after. Well, there we go. That's the end of our field work for this month. That's both our fields seeded and rolled. So next month we'll fertilize them. And because these fields weren't plowed, we'll have weeds to deal with at some point too. So I'm going to leave you there for a couple days. I'm just going to fast forward time. I have come up with some off-camera work that I think I'm going to do. Hopefully that works out. And by then we'll have enough fabric to launch the sailboat, and we'll get on with that new logging project. So we'll see you then. Welcome back. As you can see, it's the morning of September 3rd, a rainy morning at that. Our money has gone up quite a bit. That's because this morning I ran around and grabbed all of our products and sent another train load off to Elm Creek. Our boat will be ready to go at 2 o'clock this afternoon. And I'm up here at our new logging area. This area here, this road, is a dividing line, and this is the plot I wanted to purchase. You can see there are a lot of trees on here, but it's just up a hill, and then we come over the other side and down again. So it's all hill. And I was looking to get set up for this and realized there's really no place we can stage like our loading equipment. So I came up with a plan, and I don't know if it's going to work. I was originally going to do it all off camera, and I'll still do the work, but I thought I'd share with you ahead of time so you can see there's no funny business going on. So we're at 340,000, and what I want to do, what I will do actually, is let's go in here. Now I've done a game save at this point, so let's buy that. Now what I'm hoping, see it's fairly flat down in here. I'd like to use this as a staging area for our logging. What I'm hoping is there are enough trees in this little flat area that'll pay for the land, or close to it, because we go up here a little ways and we start to run into the redwoods, and they're of no value to us. So if you're hearing this, then you know it all worked out, because I'm going to log all this off. We'll use this as a staging area. I'll replant up on top, and as long as there's enough trees in here to pay for it, then we'll keep it. If there isn't, then we'll come up with another plan. So I'm going to get cracking on logging this off, and I'll let you know what the result is in a little while. Well, welcome back. As you can see, it's September 4th and no longer raining. You can see our money is up at 390,000. We were at 364,000 when we finished selling all the trees we logged off on that land we bought. And we're going to head up there in just a minute. But first we're down here at the boat, and we're going to throw the last of the fabric that it requires into it. And so it will launch at 2 o'clock this afternoon. It only needs to process 199 liters, as you can see there. So let's head up to the new logging area, and we'll take a look at that. So here we are. This is that area I showed you where we logged off that we're going to kind of use as a staging area. It is, level right to left this way, but it does run uphill. You didn't really notice that with all the trees on there, but I think it'll still work as a staging area. Now, boy, down here at the bottom, when I first started hauling logs out of here, I didn't think we were going to make her, but then we had some lodgepole pine further on up here, and that made the difference. Now, what I have set up is our portable fuel tank, and I put in a repair toolbox so we can repair our vehicles here and refuel them. I haven't done that yet. They're They need to be done, but they're still as they were when I got finished logging. Now, I painted this texture down so we made sure there's no stumps to get in the road. I wasn't so careful about stump removal up here. I want to just replant this. Now, if we really wanted to go hard, there were still some trees in amongst the sequoias. You can just see one there by the cursor. But they were going to be a pain in the butt to get out of there. But I would have gone after them if I really had to. So this part of our plan worked okay. Now I'm thinking right now that we will start this logging exercise on the hillside there next, excuse me, next episode. That might mean this one's a little bit shorter episode, but there is something farming related I wanted to do. And by the time I get that done, I thought it might run a shorter time. It took me all day yesterday, game day, to get this logged off and the stumps out of here and that. So we're going to be kind of running short of time, I think, um, to do the logging. So if it's a shorter episode, so be it. So I'll meet you back at the farm and I'll explain what's going on. Well, we're up here at our sheep pen, and if we take a look, we can see that our pen is actually full. And I think if judging from what I see here in the animal menu, I think, well, these ones here are going to have lambs again next month, but I think about 3 of the 4 groups here are actually producing wool now, because our wool production is starting to pick up. You can see we have another couple pallets here. So where they were just barely keeping up with the spinnery, they're now we're now building up a little bit of a stock. So what I want to do is I want to put another duplicate of this sheep pen in right here in this area, and we're going to move some of our sheep over here, and I'd like to put in another spinnery. I'll have to check how much. I think it's 60,000. I'll do some quick calculations to see if we have enough money to do the spinnery now. I can't remember how much landscaping I needed to do here. Ooh, a little bit. Because it's going to go in right here beside this one. Yeah, we might not be able to do that, or if we do, it might interfere with my logging plan. So, but for sure, we're going to put the sheep pen in. Oh, the other thing is, you'll see our money is going to go up every hour pretty significantly compared to what you're used to seeing. I've put all the productions in town on selling. It takes a fair while to load up that trailer and haul it up to the train. So the only things that we'll send off on the train are the raw materials that are made up at the sawmill, because that's fairly easy to do. But everything else, unless it's needed for the roller coaster, is put on selling. So that means we won't get those nice big paydays, but we will have money coming in consistently every hour as the products are sold. So I'm going to do a save here, and let me see if I can get that sheep pen in, and I'll bring it back in when I've got it done. Well, there we go. And we have an exact duplicate of the pen we already have in, and it did the same thing, ran the fence down as close to the water's edge as I could get it. As far as we're concerned, it goes right down to the lake, and I've already thrown some food in there, so all that remains is to get some sheep in here. And how are we going to do that? With this little beauty right here, the herdsman stick. Oh, there was something else I was going to do. Just hang on, I'll catch up to you in just a second. So there we go. We're going to use our herd stick and our guard slash sheep herding dog, Amethyst. So that's how we're going to move the sheep. So back to the moving. There, I thought we should have a guard dog down here because we don't have any of this area fenced. We've got sheep and factories. So now back to this little critter. Now, from what I understand, all we need to do is go over the dialog box. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take these oldest ones. They're the ones that are about to give birth again. And we're going to move. Look at that. Haha. Cool. To our herd stick. You can't see the sheep or Amethyst helping us, but they are. They're there. I think we'll just leave this lay strategically right there. And there we go. Isn't that neat? What'd be cool is if it gave you even just one animal out, kind of walking out in front of you. Um, but no, it's pretty neat. Okay, so let's run down here and look, because I did the calculations on the money we had. We had enough money to put the other spinnery in. Now I know all these bushes here are kind of annoying, but they are going to go eventually, and it's just going to take some time. So there's our other spinnery. So our sheep may not be able to keep up with both, but it's going to be pretty darn close. And we've got some others that are only a couple months away. Oh, I guess I got to do a little more landscaping there, a little more smoothing. So I'm going to go ahead and bring um, the 2 pallets of wool and throw it in here, and the partial pallet in here. This is our original one, and that'll give us 2,000 liters basically in both going. And what I'm hoping is we can make enough fabric, particularly when we get our cotton, that we have enough fabric that we can do a boat every month. That's kind of my goal, is if that's possible. I think it produces or builds the boat fast enough, but right now we're really hung up on fabric. It's taking several months to get enough fabric. So I'm going to get that moved, and I'll catch up with you in a second. Well, there we go. Each spinnery now has 2,000 liters of wool. That's enough wool to make 1 pallet of fabric each. And of course, our sheep are going to continue to make more wool. So what we're going to do is we are going to fast forward time till just before 2 o'clock, and we'll watch our second boat launch. So we'll see you then. Well, there she goes. Number 2. The boys did another nice job. Looks pretty good. Now we have everything in storage except for the fabric and these long planks, which I just about forgot were still up at the sawmill. And an interesting thing, since the premium expansion came out, these are what the long planks look like now. They just look the same as the pallets of wood. And that holds true for the wood beams too. So now they all look the same. So uh, at least I'm assuming that's what did it, because that's when I first noticed it shortly after the premium expansion came out. So let's get these put in. You can see they all show as the same product on here. Oh, Mikey would not be happy seeing this. We did it the easy way. So there we go. Just like that. We are waiting for fabric again. And you can see they're already hard at work. Those guys never rest. Anyways, that is where we're going to end this episode. I know it's going to leave us for a fairly short one, I think. But it's just a really good place to stop. And the next episode will be all about logging. So if you're still with me, I really appreciate you watching. If you haven't already, I encourage you to hit that like and subscribe button. And don't forget about that old notification bell. But for this episode, Farmer Murphy signing off from Silverrun.